Hello YouTube, it looks like we've got another high ELO ranked game here for you with blue versus purple yet again. It's like the colors never change. On purple team we have Ezreal, Blitzcrank, Kayle, Elise, and Twisted Fate versus Pantheon, Caitlyn, Nunu, Master Yi, and I'm not sure what the last character is so far. So for purple team we're probably going to have Blitz and Ezreal at bottom lane, Kayle at mid, Elise in the jungle, and TF, Kayle at top, TF at mid lane. And it looks like for the blue team we're going to have Caitlyn, Nunu at bottom, Master Yi in the jungle, Pantheon at either mid or top. It depends what Remstars is. Hopefully he connects. I really hate it in 4v5s. Okay, it's Elise. So Elise is probably going top. I'm not sure quite. These two are very interchangeable, so kind of irrelevant. So as far as the summoner spells go, everybody's going relatively normal on the purple team. Ignites on all the carries / top, and Exhaust on the support with Lee Sin having Smite. And it looks like for the blue team, the only real variants are Caitlyn has Cleanse and Master Yi has Teleport. So this is probably APE in the jungle. Not quite sure. I haven't seen too many ADEs, but without further ado, let's get this game started. I was having some connection issues, so I had to pause the game temporarily just to fix what was going on there. So, without further ado, let's get this commentary started. So it looks like Pantheon's going to be mid, Elise is going to be top, Caitlyn and Nunu are going to be bottom, and Master Yi is going to be in the jungle. And it looks like Ezreal Blitzcrank is going to be bottom lane for purple team. Kayle is going to be at top. Lee Sin is going to be in the jungle, and TF Twisted Fate is going to be at mid lane. So the only real variance in the summoner spells that we see here is Caitlyn does have Cleanse instead of Ignite, and Master Yi has Teleport instead of Ghost or Flash. So while that no escape Master Yi, it could be a slight issue since he probably is going AP. Actually, he has no AP yet, so it looks like he is going ADE. I haven't seen an ADE in a long time in a real game. So, should be interesting to see how that goes. It looks like purple's going to be up to some shenanigans here. Trying to mess with the blue team's red or the support and AD carry. I don't think they're aware of this. Nope, they are not. Purple team is moving out pretty steadily. Still not aware of this. Looks like they are going to wait for Yi here. And they're going to do Raise while they wait. Kayle is going back. So this is... Maybe they'll stay and do some shenanigans here, but it's going to be interesting nonetheless. Looks like they might swing down on the Nunu Caitlyn here. Dropping that aggressive ward will make it so... Uh-oh. Nunu did just spot that blitz. And we got a Nunu on the run. It looks like they're just going to take his red. Probably what will happen is Master Yi will just go towards the blue team's red then. But blue team did drop a ward there. They didn't have vision of when red went down, but they do see that Lee Sin is walking away with that red buff. And they are aware of this, so they probably shouldn't push out too far, especially with Lee Sin, Nunu, and Ezreal there. Blitz lands the sure grabbed pull. Does a lot of damage to that Nunu, and it's probably going to be first blood here. Given to Caitlyn from the Lee Sin diving hard. That is really rough. They also gave Caitlyn red buff. That is so bad. Purple team gets a kill up at top lane. Sorry I missed that. I was just very intent on watching that dive. Oh, man. That's so bad. Caitlyn is going to probably be able to crush Ezreal now. But we'll see how this goes. With Nunu and red buff, there's just no way. It looks like Yi did come top and kill that Kayle. So, blue is not out of the running. They are up a kill right now. But Caitlyn with red buff is a very scary creature early game. Just because her range is so huge. And she does so much damage. She's just... It's almost impossible to get away from her. So it looks like TF is pushing back this Pantheon fairly well, which is surprising because Pantheon usually destroys a lot of the AP mids. But just because he's got a stun. Apparently Nunu is spamming laugh or something. Looks like he did kill that ward there. He's just wanting to sit there because he's afraid of the Caitlyn. Lee Sin going back to regular jungle routes. It looks like the TF did get that Pantheon there, the Pantheon overcommitting to the fight. Just a little bit, and putting too much faith in his stun. And as far as farm goes, let's see how everybody's doing. They're all relatively even. Apparently Blitz missed a pull or something. I don't know. They're spamming chat pretty hard. Pretty hard indeed. Caitlyn's pushing back that Ezreal really hard. See, this is the problem of red buff. Red buff on her just does so much damage. She isn't denying farm very well, but that's probably because Nunu was brought pretty low early on. Just because, and that's what got her the red buff. It was the Elise and diving the Nunu, but it's prevented Nunu from doing his normal shenanigans of ice-balling people. Looks like Caitlyn's doing whatever she can to try and keep these guys at bay. Looks like Lee Sin wants to do a gank at top lane, but Elise is aware of it. Sorry, we missed another. I'm just watching in all the wrong places here. Looks like blue team managed to get that TF there before he got to the turret. With, geez, there is just all sorts of fighting going on everywhere. This is a very aggressive high-low rank game. Nunu versus Blitz. I think Nunu wins, but that mana shield does provide a lot. Oh, let's see if he can land the pull. Lands the pull. Let's see if he can get the knock-up. And flashes to get the kill. And here comes the AP, the Yi here. Alpha striking to him and doing a lot of damage. Oh, that teleport, how it ensures kills. Lee Sin here on the Pantheon, doing a lot of damage. If this TF can get in range, that's definitely a surefire kill. It looks like Kayle is doing a really good job of zoning this Elise right now. Wow, this chat is extremely active. Anyway, this Master Yi is doing actually a very good job of roaming the map, and we'll see how good he is at endgame, because I always found ADE relatively mediocre. But then again, they don't really have any good like interrupts for him. They do have a Blitz knockup and a Lee Sin kick, but that's about it. Lee Sin gets executed to golems? What's going on, guys? Oh dear. That is just not good. Not good at all. Looks like Elise is trying to bait the Kayle into diving so that this Master Yi can get her. Pantheon pushing the TF back a little bit there. Oh, and she whiffs the stun. Oh man. So as far as farm goes, everybody's pretty even except for TF at mid. He's TF and Kayle at mid are both doing slightly better. Uh-oh, here comes the TF, landing a nice stun, but she cleanses away. But the Nunu is probably really screwed here. Here comes the Pantheon drop-in. Going to be a lot of damage to somebody here. An Ignite goes down on the Pantheon, but TF is going to get picked up here. But they did manage to burst down the Pantheon as well. Elise looks like she finally went back, getting an Amplifying Tome, a Health Crystal, going for that quick Haunting guys. And here comes Lee Sin down at mid lane, at bottom, trying to solo Dragon. Even though this is not clearly, but most likely warded. This is very dangerous. He decides to pull back because he's like, this isn't a good idea. Good call there, Lee Sin. It's a very good chance of giving a free Dragon to blue there. With Yi just being able to like Alpha Strike over to him and then Smite steal it. Pretty docile all of a sudden. Not too much is going on. Just a pretty bloody beginning into that game. Let's see what everybody's building. Looks like Pantheon does have his Brutalizer already. Master Yi got that Wriggles Lantern there pretty quick. We'll keep an eye on bottom lane while we do this. Blitz lands the pull, and down goes the Caitlyn. That's why I wanted to have it on bottom lane. Woo! Good job there, Blitz. Top, not too much is going on. Nunu's going to go back just because Blitz landing another pull is like another guaranteed kill. Master Yi managing to come up and save the Pantheon from getting killed from that TF. Alpha striking in. Sorry we only caught the tail end of that. Kayle doing a lot of damage to this Elise, but the Ignite on her, it should be able to get the kill. She managed to ult through a lot of the damage, so good for her. Yi will be coming up now, and hopefully Kayle decides to go back here because she doesn't have any wards. Oh, Kayle, you need to go back. You need to go back, Kayle. Kayle, you need to go. I know you want the turret, but you're dead. You're so dead. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I was watching this Kayle here. The Yi wants her so bad. This is the problem with no flash Yi. Is his ult up? Very soon. He's gonna let her go. Man, Kayle, you're killing me. Looks like Pantheon might go down here again there with another slow and a kick. It's enough to bring him down. Looks like Nunu was able to give Caitlyn a couple kills there. Very bloody game here at bottom lane. Both the carries are 3 and 2, but the Caitlyn does have more assists, and they are even on farm, so she should be just a little bit ahead. Master Yi decides to come mid to cover that lane so it doesn't get too pushed here by the Lee Sin. Doing a little bit of damage there to the Lee. Caitlyn just doing whatever she can to take out this turret, and it will go down here before the Ezreal comes because he probably won't burn his ult to save the turret. Decides to start poking her. He does have a little bit more damage than her right now, so he should be able to win the poke fight. Nunu in a slightly dangerous position, but pinked that dragon ward there. So good for him. Looks like he's going to drop another pink ward and pinked his pinked. We got pinkception going on here. Pinkception. Talking smack some more here. Oh man, and it looks like Caitlyn's going to take a couple Qs to the face there. Oh man, that grab looked like it landed. I'm sorry, Blitz. That really looked like it landed to me. Kayle playing around in the jungle here. Looks like she's going to try and get a gank here on the Pantheon. Dropping a nice ward. God hand outplayed by Devil Yeti. This chat. Oh, and nice ignite goes down on the Pantheon. A little bit more damage. Manages to get that last auto attack in and gets the kill. Good job, TF. They're locking down this Pantheon at mid. Usually Pantheon destroys. And it looks like Lee Sin wants to solo the dragon again. Hopefully TF comes down to help him here. Looks like Ezreal will. That should be a nice, easy dragon here for purple team. Blue team is maybe aware of it just because of the fact that bottom lane decided to go away. But yep, here they're coming to check it. And purple gets the dragon. I guess we get a little moment of breather here. Kayle is going to swing around on this Elise. Or at least, I guess she's just coming back to lane. Trying to bait the Elise out of position. Her ult is up again, so she could probably take this Elise in a fight. Just because if... Oh, bottom lane. We might see another pull here. Trying to watch it. This Blitz, man. He's a little caustic. He's having a good time. Good for him. But, man, he's a little caustic. And it looks like the Kayle is doing a lot of damage to this Elise. She does repel to him, doing a lot of damage, but there's the Kayle ult, and down is going to go that Elise once again. This Elise is just getting crushed at top lane right now. 3 kills to none. I guess there was 1 kill, but I guess that was the Yi earlier on. Sorry, we're missing a dive here. Well, I guess it's not really a dive because that turret went down. They managed to get the kill, but oh my. Oh, that's bad news bears for the TF. He did manage to pick up the Caitlyn, but the drop down, a lot of damage on him, and Ezreal's probably going to go down here. There's the ignite, and there's the spear for the kill. Looks like Yi is going to try and swing around on this Lee Sin here. There's the Q to it, doing quite a bit of damage, and there is the ult, going to do a huge amount of damage, manages to kick him over the wall. And he's probably going to be able to escape here. She did manage to repel to him, and he flashes over the wall for the escape. Well played there by Lee Sin. I just can't believe he kicked him over this wall. That is awesome. I thought it was just going to be a kick away and run like hell. Pretty hilarious there. So the gold is barely in purple team's advantage, and most of that gold is on the Kayle, it looks like. Kayle and TF are ahead. Ezreal is just a little bit behind the Caitlyn. Yeah, just barely ahead because of the Kayle and TF, it looks like. Looks like we might see a little bit of action here at mid lane. If Blitz can land a pull, there's probably going to be a guaranteed stun and knockup. Mid Robo. Man, this Blitz talks a lot. Like a lot. But that's okay. He's having a good time. It's all about the game, man. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. And Nunu and Blitz looks like they're trading blows here. And down, the TF is probably going to go down here. He did manage to flash over the wall, but the Yi did Q to him mid-flash. That was pretty hilarious, actually. Manages to take him down there. Ezreal is pushing bottom very well. Ults the minion waves just so he can push it a little bit more. And it looks like Blitz and Lee Sin are going to try and do whatever they can there. The Caitlyn did manage to caliber net away from that. Looks like Yi did try to come down and gank the Ezreal, but Ezreal might be able to get away here. If he backs right now, he has a chance of getting away. Oh, it's gonna be close. Whew. Good job there, Ezreal. Very good. It brings the gold advantage to 2.5k in purple team's favor. Getting another ward there at the dragon. And we'll probably see... oh god, Ezreal is singing Justin Bieber. What is going on with this game? For ranked play, they certainly are talking a lot. I'm going to blame the Blitz for that. Anyway, let's see what everybody's building. Looks like the Elise does have a Haunting Guise, and the Pantheon looks like he's going to be building a... looks like a Black Cleaver. I'm not sure what this longsword's for, unless he's getting a quick Last Whisper. Caitlyn got that IE already. Infinity Edge, rather, and it looks like Nunu's rushing the Aegis, and Master Yi looks like he's now getting a little bit of health and Avarice Blade, so he's probably going to go a little bit more tanky. I would guess either Vormog's Atmas or maybe Frozen Mallet Atmas, probably something like that. So, a lot of poke going down there on the Caitlyn, and it looks like Purple Team's going to try and push this mid turret down, trying to catch the Pantheon out of position, doing quite a bit of damage. Kayle manages to do a lot of damage there with her Q, but TF is probably going to... Oh, he managed to get away there. Elise decides to try and repel, but she is a little... She's going to get away. Okay, good on her. So, it looks like Purple Team will probably try to resume this push here at the mid turret, just because everybody is back and the Pantheon is down. But I think Yi should be able to defend it fairly well, just because of the fact that his Alpha Strike does so much damage to minions consistently. But anyway, IE, and it looks like now she's building either a Hurricane or some sort of, it could be a Zeal. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But they are doing a lot of damage to this turret. Pantheon is going to ult in, but Elise is going to go down very quickly. There's the Pantheon ult doing a lot of damage. Kayle ulting herself. And it looks like Purple Team's going to be able to disengage here without losing anyone unless Ezreal gets caught here. There's the Master EQ, going to take out the Pantheon, the Blitz. Stun goes down on Nunu while he's trying to ult. Pantheon tries to stun somebody and do a lot of damage with Heartseeker Strike, but does go down. TF and Ezreal just cleaning up house here, and now they're going to counter push back or take the dragon, because the dragon is back up. I'm not quite sure which they're going to do. Very nice plays there by Purple Team. Very well done. Baiting them in, taking out the Pantheon and the Nunu there. Just very well played. And then here comes the dragon play here for Purple. Blue Team might be able to get there in time, but I don't think so. Just because TF does quite a bit of damage consistently, and so does Kayle. And then with just Smite, they should be able to pick it up nice and easy. So that's 2 dragons there for purple team now. And blue team was aware of that, but they just couldn't get to it in time. So now the gold advantage is a solid 5 and almost 6k in purple team's favor. So good on them. Lee's trying to pick up a blue here. As far as the gold spread goes, looks like Kayle has a ton. So does TF. Ezreal is starting to veer pretty far ahead of this Caitlyn. The only one on blue team that has any sort of advantage is the Master Yi compared to the Lee Sin. As far as everybody's building, it looks like that Haunting Guys is going to get built into Leandry's here soon for Elise. Pantheon, he does have that Hex Drinker. Ah, that's what he wanted the Longsword for. I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that item. Caitlyn building a Vamp Scepter. It looks like we're going to see a little bit of engage here. Ezreal clearing a lot of the waves. Them diving Kayle. Here comes the Pantheon doing quite a bit of damage here. Yi is going to go down. But Kayle doing a very good job of prolonging this for as long as possible. And the TF is going to be able to pick up the Elise. And the beautiful spell shield. Oh, I thought the Kayle was going to get away. That shield was pretty good. And it looks like purple is now going to switch their push to top and or Baron. Just because they did exchange 2 for 1. 1 for 2 there. But blue team did manage to also get a turret out of that. So I guess it was a relatively even... Slightly good for blue team, but they do have a person down now, and now TF and Ezreal are going to do a lot of damage to this turret, probably take it down before even blue team can react. Pantheon is going to ult in, going to do quite a bit of damage, but he is a little underfed now, and he's not going to be able to do it. That was a nice flash over the wall, but little did he know, Nunu was sitting there, and it looks like he might be able to get away unless Nunu can... There's the ice ball. Down goes the TF. But Ezreal did manage to pick up the Pantheon, and now he's doing a lot of damage to that Caitlyn, but the Yi does come in, managing to probably kill the Ezreal, but now Lee Sin is trying to get away. Purple team overstaying their welcome just a little bit here, and we'll see if Blitz can save this Lee Sin, but I think the Lee Sin is dead. The Elise did manage to repel to him and take down the Lee Sin, and here comes Nunu and Kayle, not Nunu and Kayle, Blitz and Kayle. They do manage to pick up the Nunu. The Blitz is going to go down here, and now it's a 1v2. Kayle doesn't have, her ult is back up, so she might be able to take out both these guys. There comes the ult. Looks like she's going to be able to take out Elise. I don't think she's going to be able to take out Master Yi. He's just got so much sustained damage. There's an ignite down on him, and Yi decides to back away just because he's He is so right now. And Kayle decides to disengage here. Good for her. That was well played by her. Another very good play there by Kayle. Just because her ult, it's really good when you're doing like 1v2 situations. Allows you to pick up a person and then go back to 1v2ing, 1v1ing. Manages to pick up that turret there real quick, and now she's probably going to go back. So I keep trying to, there's a lot of action going on, and I keep trying to go over what the items are and what they're probably building next, but it's just difficult because there's a lot of action going on right now. So while I go over this, we'll watch this this Caitlyn. Actually, we're going to watch the TF here for a little bit because I think we might see a little bit of action here. Looks like he's deciding to be. Anyway, so Nunu almost has enough for that Aegis, I think. Does have the Ruby Sightstone. And looks like Master Yi did decide to go with the Warmog Zeal, and now he's probably going to get an Atma's here eventually, unless he gets the Phantom Dancer first. For purple team, it looks like Kayle is going your standard AP hybrid, Nashor's Tooth Malady, and probably either Leandry's or something else. It could be. I'm not quite sure what that Amplifying Tome is going into. Maybe it's just something simple like a Gunblade or something. TF going the standard, pretty much standard TF build there with Rabadon's Lichbane, and he does have that tier 3 boots there with Home Guard. Does anybody else have tier 3 boots? Doesn't look like it. Lee Sin does have another Home Guard tier 3 boots. Looks like a fight is going down here. Blue team getting a little bit caught out of position, but maybe it was Lee Sin getting a little bit caught out of position. Purple just Blitz. He's a little pugnacious bastard here. If he can land a good grab here, it's going to be good for them. Pantheon stunning the Blitz there, doing quite a bit of damage. Ezreal trying to do what he can here, but the Elise does repel to him. I don't think she's going to be able to pick him up just because he is so fed. Kayle managing to pick up a kill there on the Nunu, And here we go. Purple team is 5, and blue team only has 3 now. So we're going to see a mid push here. Probably going to take out the turret and the inhib, and then probably head over to Baron. Actually, they're pretty low, so maybe they won't go for Baron. But Fire that might go for Baron. But that's just me. So while we watch this, oh, Caitlyn does ult the Elise, but doesn't have quite enough damage to do that. Static Shiv on Caitlyn. Interesting. Haven't tried that item too much. It is good, but... And there's the Pantheon. Ult does go down on Lee Sin, managing to save him temporarily from the Yi. A lot of damage going down on this Pantheon. Everybody is so low for purple team. So low. There is the snowball, but it looks like he's going to be able to get away. Oh my god. Oh, there's the Caitlyn dropping the ward, allowing him to get the kill. Caitlyn gets another kill there on the Lee Sin, but Kayle manages to pick up the Caitlyn. And now in comes Elise there with the help of the Nunu. They do manage to take down the Kayle. Holy cow, trading kills all over the place. This game is intense. I'm having way too much. Uh-oh, talking lots of smack. I'm sensing a lot of hate now, a lot of resentment here. Anyway, we'll finish going over the items. Looks like that Aegis did finally get built, and it looks like the static shiv for Yi as well. That item is pretty good. So, allows you to get a little bit of mixed damage. So, Yi, looks like he's going for that Void Staff next, maybe? Not quite sure what exactly he's doing. We're going to keep an eye on Dragon here, just because I think something's going to happen. But I guess we'll watch the Ezreal for a little bit. And I actually really like the Iceborne Gauntlet on Ezreal. It gives him cooldown reduction, armor, mana, and ability power. Ability power gives him a little bit, but the big things is it does give that Spellblade passive there, and it's an AoE slow, and it's really solid. And it just makes it so he has quite a bit of AoE damage. I actually really like the Mana Moon Iceborne Gauntlet build on him, just because it allows him spam so much, and the cooldown reduction in armor is really good. Looks like Lee Sin did manage to get the dragon, but we are going to see a fight here. Blitz landing the pull here, but I think Ezreal is going to go down. He does manage to Arcane Shift out of the way there, and it looks like she is going to make it back and make it away. But here comes the bait. Kayle is there doing a lot of damage. Ezreal does blow an ult there, only hitting the Yi, and he's just kiting this Yi so hard. And here comes the Nunu ult. The only person it's going to really hit is the Kayle. Manages to pick her up with the help of Caitlyn. Caitlyn getting the kill. And the Elise is just doing so much damage here, but not quite enough. The Ezreal managing to kite everybody to infinity and beyond. Whew, nice 2 for 2 there, engage. And it looks like purple team, while this is all going on, TF and Lee Sin are pushing this bottom lane. Probably going to be able to get this turret and inhibitor. That is really rough. With 2 inhibs down, blue team's going to have to spend a lot of their time. Lee Sin does kick the Pantheon away, landing a nice Q there on the Caitlyn, but I doubt he's going to engage. Oh, he decides there! There he is. He does manage to slow the Caitlyn, but the TF gets stunned there by the Pantheon, but looks like Pantheon is going to be able to get away. Nice Ez ult there. Almost takes down the Pantheon. That was so close. And Nunu taking a lot of damage here. Might go down. Pantheon deciding to ult in. Going to do a lot of damage to this Ezreal. Manages to pick him up with a Q, but goes down to the TF there. And Caitlyn managing to chase down the Ezreal just because she's got the Blood Boil. And Lee Sin managing to Q over there, manages to ward jump across the wall there, and going to be able to get away. Kayle does heal her up, and here comes the big damage from Kayle, ulting herself just to make sure she doesn't get picked up. And she is probably going to pick. Holy cow! How did that happen? I don't know what just happened. How did the Yi pick up the Kayle that quick? Is she really that squishy? Holy cow, that was amazing. Maybe it was with the Elise? That was incredible. Wow. Well played there by the Yi. I thought the Kayle was going to pick up the Ezreal and then manage to heal herself enough to be able to at least fend off or get away from the Elise. Very well played there. Blue team is trying to struggle to stay in this game. Kayle does have a Deathfire grasp now, though, so she will be able to do a lot of single target damage. So I guess my last item on her would be either hat, or I'm not quite sure what I build. Probably hat. Unless she wants to build a little bit more hybrid. Because I don't think you get the life... If you do, you don't get much life steal from the Kayle's E. I forget what it's called. Whatever that spell is that extends the range. Righteous Fury. Because I don't think you get the spell pen... not spell pen. The spell vamp from that. Or if you do, you don't get very much. Because I used to try the old hybrid Kayle. But it looks like purple is going to be able to get a Baron here. And this is probably going to be GG. It's really rough. Blitz does pop the Reverie there to try and catch the Caitlyn, but we'll see if blue team can defend this. Looks like Kayle manages to catch the Elise a little out of position, but it looks like Elise is going to be able to get away with a nice stun. Uh-oh. Pantheon ulting in. Gonna probably be able to pick up this TF unless the TF can just stun and run. He does ult away. Manages to break the... That's actually pretty hilarious what he just did there. Oh, global ults. Caitlyn does manage to pick up the Blitz, and here comes a lot of damage on that Ezreal, managing to exhaust him. There is the Caitlyn ult. Lee Sin does absorb that. It looks like the two down at the bottom managed to pick up the Pantheon, but Ezreal doing a lot of damage here. Down goes the Ignite on the... But there's the Kayle ult, and that's going to be GG right there. I really do not think Lee Sin, Master Yi can defend this. And now the AP Kayle doing a lot of damage to that Yi, and now just absolutely destroying turrets, because these two have a lot of damage right now. And there's the Master Yi with the ult and the home guard going on, doing a lot of damage to this holy crow, Ezreal, and it just gets destroyed though. But Pantheon does manage to come in and land the Q there. Nice little spear. What is that called? Spear shot. And there's the GG. Nexus goes down with a nice win for purple team. So once again, thank you for watching this game. The players were actually pretty entertaining to watch. And I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I found it pretty hilarious to watch because there were some really nice plays going on there. Just some pretty awesome plays. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.